Welcome back guys. Today I'm going to be fitting heated grips to good old 450 MT. Now it is winter here in Australia now. After my last ride to Apollo Bay, it was freezing on the hands, really cold. So I'm going to be removing these plastic handguards. Unfortunately I'm probably going to have to cut these off. So anyway, this is the grips I bought. I ended up going for the Oxford Premium Touring grips. This is what you get in the kit. The grips, obviously, you got the controller. It is a smart controller. It will turn off. Yeah, it will turn off after a short time when it senses a voltage drop. So yeah, you get the grips, you get the wiring harness, which has a fuse, goes to your battery, hook straight up to your battery. Brackets, good old Oxford super glue. The reason I went for these touring ones is these are 120mm, right? So as you can see, the 450MT has 120mm. If you buy the adventure ones, they are 130mm. That is the difference. And you know, they say you can cut them down a little bit, but I don't really want to muck around doing that. I don't see why. The grips are all pretty much the same. So you might as well just buy the 120. Alright, I'll go ahead and get these guards off. Okay, 14mm. What we got to do is undo the mirror itself. That's all it's holding that end on. Okay, 6mm hex. We'll undo the end bars. Very easy to take off. As you can see, that is kind of like a bit of a weight for the handlebars. So that's pretty much it. Take them off. Okay, as you can see, I've sliced most of the rubber off. Pretty tough job to get that off. You can see it all over the floor. You're going to need to get this pretty smooth. I'm going to try a bit of sandpaper, see if I can get the rest of the rubber off. I know there's probably other ways to do this. I'm just doing what I have at hand. Okay, I'm going to try and smooth all this out, ready for the new grip, and we'll get back to you. So there's a little picture there, guys, of the different grips. The Adventure, you got the Sports, and you can trim a little bit off them. But as you can see, the grips are not that much different. Alright, so as you can see with these, one is actually bigger than the other. So this is your left one, that's a skinny one. This one's got to go over your tube. And they're going to hang down there with the wiring at the bottom. As you can see, even though I've sanded that down heaps, that is still actually not going to go over very easy. I'm going to have to take all the ridges off of that before that one will go on. And the book states best to try it on dry before you put glue on, otherwise you'll be in trouble. Right, a bit more sanding. Got it nicely sanded now, and that is a nice snug fit. Alright, I'm going to just leave that sit there for the moment. I'm not going to glue it on yet until I do the other side. Make sure the position's right so it doesn't, this part does not hit anything. I know some of my DR had that around too far, and I mean this brake lever doesn't come back far, but the clutch side was hitting that, so we don't want to do that. I think there is a screw in it. Okay, well this is weird. I'm seeing a screw at the end of it. I've got a feeling this is on a plastic shaft. It may just all come off in one go actually. Let's have a look. This is a fairly long screw. Feels like it goes all the way through it. Well, there you go. That's something you learn every day, hey? Easy peasy. Alright guys, so when it comes to mounting the control panel, now these don't have a bolt in the mirror. As you look at my Tiger, I've bolted it onto the mirror bolts, but these don't have it. I've got an idea. I may just put it down here somewhere. You got your USB there, your C and your normal USB. I may actually just put it on the side there, out of the way, and it won't be sticking up, you know, like you look at that, stick it up a mile. You can get to that with your hands pretty easy. Like, it's good to have it there. But I'm thinking for like tidiness, this is the bracket you would normally use. Bolt it on. You could put a little U-clamp around there, around your bars, which is probably not a bad idea, but probably a little bit ugly. I'm undecided yet, but I've got a feeling I may just put this somewhere down there. You do get a sticky pad with it. The next thing I've got to do is get this wiring to run underneath here somewhere to the battery without taking anything off. I'm pretty sure it can be done. Alright guys, this is a dipstick of an old Falcon motor. It's going to work perfect. Now if you stick this through there, put the wire across. Look at that. And that comes out beautiful. Easy peasy. I'll just attach the wire to that now, put a bit of tape on it, and then I'll drag it back through. I was a bit worried about that fuse getting caught somewhere. I probably should have gone from the other end, but it actually came through pretty easy. So I'm going to wire this end up to the battery last thing. So just to be a little bit neater, I'm going to undo this bolt here, and I'm going to pass that wire under, just so there's less chance of that getting hooked on anything. Okay, so I've brought that wire back up. Hang on, not that one. I've brought the power wire back up under there. Probably can't see it, but I've brought it back along with the original wiring there. So now all it is a matter of plugging everything together. It's all plug and play here. You can't go wrong there. The plugs only go in one spot. I'll go ahead and plug all that in, and then we'll see about mounting the control panel. All that wiring, okay, so all that wiring is now plugged in. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to use a bit of alcohol, clean the surface, get rid of any dust so the glue will stick properly. You can use other cleaning products. I just happen to have this right in front of me, so alcohol is usually a really good cleaner. Now I'm going to go ahead and put some glue on those and make sure they're positioned. After I do that, I can zip tie all the wiring back up and make it look nice and neat. Okay, the book recommends super glue the whole length of the grip. Now I have done this on other bikes, and when the grip was really hot, the grip actually loosened off. Make sure you get that in the right spot and you're not hitting anything there. These levers are actually pretty good. They're not coming anywhere close to that, so I'm going to just leave that probably about there, maybe a little bit more, and then that will zip tie nicely. It's not in the way of the horn, not in the way of the high beam button, not in the way of anything, so that's pretty good. Got a nice little gap on the end so it won't rub on anything. Okay, let's see if the throttle side goes as easy. Well, actually guys, I am going to cover the tank in case anything spills on that. Okay guys, I've just used my old bike cover to cover the bodywork, because you do not want to get super glue on your panels. It'll make a mess. See, I just dribbled some then. Alright, that one is on successfully. Now guys, you do get zip ties with them. I'm going to use some of these little ones just to run them, you know, follow the wires right along. Try and keep it really neat. Okay guys, that one is done. Now with the throttle side, you want to make sure you've got enough cable loose. Tie it up. Yeah, make sure you've got enough loose to just be able to turn your throttle still, which is very handy. Okay guys, so that's most of the wiring done. Now, when it comes to all the big bunch of wire, if you look down there, there's cables running. I've actually pushed it right under there, because when you turn, your fork could hit it if you have it sitting out here, so best to put it right under, like so. And they do provide you with some big cable ties in the kit, so not a problem. Now all I've got to do is figure out how to mount the control. You know, ideally you want it somewhere where you can see it. Now, it does come with a big sticky patch, which I'm pretty sure will be good quality. I may actually put it down here. This is going to be an individual thing where people want this. I would like it where I can see it, and there is not too bad. You could put it up here, possibly in the middle there, which would sit there, but I think over here might be easier to get to, and it's not really in the way of the USB. Not too bad anyway. We'll get to the USB still. Well, I think I'll give it a go there anyway. Alright, I'll give this a clean with alcohol first, make sure it's going to stick. Alright, I've given it a clean. Now I'm going to put it towards one side a little bit more than the other, just for the fact that it's going to be off-centered a little. Push her on nice and firm. Yeah, it's kind of a little bit tight, but it'll be okay. Like I said, guys, this may not be everybody's idea, but that's what I'm going to do because I can reach that. Alright, now it's got to trim up these little cable ties, hook up the battery, and see if she works. If you're ever wondering what the battery is in these, it's by CFmoto company itself, called a Dynavolt. 12 volt, 11.2 amps it is. It's kind of about the size of the DR650 battery, except they've made it sit flat to get that seat position lower. Comes with a 5 amp fuse. Cover back over. That is the wiring, plenty of wiring. Nice and neat. Right, this is the test. Now it should turn on for a moment. I'll turn it on anyway. Let's see if we lost the date. Did we lose anything? 2:38, no, it kept its memory. That's alright. Alright, so now we should be able to just push the button. I'll put it on 50% and we'll see if she warms up. Yeah, that actually feels really solid on there, that sticker. I'll give this a few minutes. I'll start the bike up actually, because it'll sense a voltage drop. Oh yeah, I can definitely feel it. I've only got on 50%. Oh, that feels so nice. Bloody awesome. Everything's working alright. Just got to put the seat back on. Which, check that out, guys. How good would that seat look on the Tiger? This would be so nice. Alright guys, that's it for the video. Next video I'll be doing bark busters. Yeah, probably tomorrow. I've run out of time today. So that is it. Pretty simple.